Hi everyone, happy Sunday. Thank you for coming back to my channel, whether you're watching on Instagram or YouTube. I really appreciate the love and support, and I'm happy you are back to check in and see how I'm doing. So without further ado, let's go on with my 60-day update. Okay, 60 days is in the books. Woohoo! And how do I feel? Honestly, I feel great. Just sitting and reflecting on how I've been feeling, how I've been doing. There was definitely two particular moments over the past 30 days where I would say was a little bit of a struggle. They weren't major hurdles, but just really digging into my emotions, my feelings, and how I'm doing. There was these two particular moments that I would like to talk about a little bit more with everybody as to what happened and how I kind of overcame it and how I felt in the moment. So let me dive into them. Okay, so my first moment was actually yesterday. I went to one of my best friend's wedding, Jessica and Curtis. And firstly, I just want to say congratulations to the both of you. Thank you so much for inviting me. It was truly an amazing moment to see. I feel like the room was full of happiness and love and great energy, and I am really thankful to have you guys in my life, and thank you for letting me Irish dance in front of everybody. That was really fun, and congratulations to the both of you. But yeah, in previous times when I've taken a break from drinking before doing a marathon, I wasn't so strict on the no drinking. If there was a special occasion that I had, I would drink within moderation, and then once that day was done, I would stop drinking again. But obviously this is very different because I'm no drinks at all. And really diving into this, I think firstly, from just past experiences with people, whether it's friends or whether it's just strangers from when I went out to clubs, the reactions from me saying I'm not drinking. I think the most classic one was, "Oh, you're not drinking? Why?" And I feel like I got that a lot, and so I now think, why does it matter if I'm drinking or not? How is it affecting your night? You do what you want to do. You feel how you want to feel. What I'm doing with my life shouldn't impact how your night is going. And honestly, I am much more fun, I'm much more energetic and outgoing when I'm not drinking than I am drinking. When I used to drink, I'd get what I would call emo Darren, where I would get really down and talk about my feelings even more and cry. And it was honestly like, it was kind of embarrassing. And so I feel like going into the wedding and being surrounded by a lot of people that were drinking, I just wasn't sure how people would react when I was saying I'm not drinking. Obviously, it's very different because I think in a wedding situation, I think people are more respectful, but my mind was just ready to explain into major detail, honestly, my whole story as to why I'm not drinking, and I know I didn't have to do that, but I think my self-conscious was, you know what, I need to explain everything, just based off of, again, what I just said with my past experiences. So yeah, I guess like my inner demons, inner thoughts, my self-conscious, I feel like that was one kind of aspect to that going into yesterday. And I think my second part was just, again, going to a really special moment and not drinking. And I think that was probably one of the first times where I was in that situation and I wasn't drinking, and it was definitely a little strange and a bit of an adjustment, but I just kind of thought to myself the moments that I did drink in the past and the way it made me feel, and waking up the next morning and missing my runs, and I knew today I was gonna go for a run, and so I kind of reflected on all of that and why I first started doing this, and it really made me proud and feeling accomplished already as to going on this journey, and thinking of all that got me through the night, and I'm here today, and I honestly feel really proud of myself and really happy. So yeah, that was my first moment of struggle, and I'm glad that I got to enjoy the night, and it was really great. Okay, so my second moment was at work, and we were doing training for the alcoholic beverages that we offer. And for anyone that knows me, I absolutely love bellinis. The bellinis that we have, they are this frozen, delicious, peach-flavored, sugary drink that is honestly the best drink you'll ever have. We make them the best. I love them so much. Honestly, talking about it right now makes my mouth drool. And when I was going to this training and we were talking about specifically the bellini, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna end this and I'm gonna restart. The bellini's so good, why not? But I was like, I'm just kidding. I feel like I'm blowing it way out of proportion. But that being said, it was definitely a challenge. And I think another piece of it was we were talking about alcohol for literally like an hour and a half. And I feel like I was almost like at my cap being like, okay, like I can tolerate so much of, you know, like being surrounded around people drinking and talking about it. But in that moment I was at my cap and I was like, okay, when have we done this training? I'm ready to get out of this situation and move on. And we finished. I didn't have a bellini. We were good. And I came up stronger. And yeah, now that I think about that moment and yesterday's moment, honestly, I'm really proud of myself and me continuing to do this. And yes, they were, I'll say, 2 small hurdles, like in the grand scheme of things. Like, did I know I wasn't gonna drink? Yes, I knew I wasn't gonna get it, like, given that much. But it still makes me feel really proud and I feel very accomplished and happy. And I'm looking forward to continuing on this journey and to proving to myself I can do it and becoming healthier. And yeah, honestly, I feel like today's a great day. It was a great moment and yeah, I'm looking forward to continuing on this path. Okay, now I want to talk about my running. The Victoria Marathon is coming up in just under 2 weeks and I feel like I am so dialed in. The past few weeks of my training has been great. I've been seeing major improvements. I'm getting faster. I've been mentally feeling so great, which is reflecting in my runs. I feel like I've just literally been on a whole other level and it's insanely great and I feel so like on top of this world. I'm really excited to be running in the fall weather now. It's funny, so when I first, I'll say, started running, I was like, in my mind, I was like, okay, sunny summer, it's the best weather to run in, like the blue skies, the birds are chirping, it's gonna be great. I'm like running through beautiful weather, but honestly, it's far from. I feel like when I run, I get really sweaty and then it's already hot out and it's not ideal. Last year when I ran in the rain, I feel like I ran in the dumps. Like literally there was moments where it was so pouring rain where I feel like I shouldn't have even gone out because it was so dumping. And obviously, like with me having cystic fibrosis, I can get sick easier and it can sometimes be worse. So I do pick and choose, like if it is like really, really severe, I tend to like stay in. But anyways, I have run in crazy rain. And now I feel like coming into fall compared to last year, I feel like I was still like mentally going through like, oh, like I don't like running in the rain. Now I'm like, okay, I'm ready for the rain. I enjoy it. It's not a roadblock. It's great. So yeah, I'm excited to get running in the fall. I'm excited for the marathon and I'm ready to crush it. My goal is to do it in 3 hours and 30 minutes. And honestly, with my fast runs and how everything is going, I feel like I'm going to achieve it. My goal going in to the marathon is to run with the 3:30 pacer. That's what I did for the Vancouver Marathon, except my goal was 3:45, so I ran with that pacer then. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do, and I can't wait to update you once the marathon's done to tell you how it goes, but yeah, that's kinda how I feel going into fall and coming into the marathon soon. Okay, another fun thing just to know about me in general is I love just exploring and walking and discovering different areas of the city. Even though I live here, I just love exploring and I feel like there's always something to explore. There's always a different neighborhood to look around. And so one day I was like, what a great idea it would be to run from here to Surrey. For those who aren't from here, Surrey is a suburb of the Lower Mainland. And it's funny, as a kid, I remember just going from North Van to Surrey, let's say like on the highway, and it felt so far. running was only about, it was just under, I think, 26 kilometers. And it was on, like, was the route great? No. I was running primarily along, like, the street, and there's lots of stoplights. And when I got to Surrey, I was lost. And honestly, Surrey itself, as an area, I'm really sorry, it's not that great. But the adventure itself was fun, and I feel like I like putting myself out there and exploring new areas, doing different routes, and seeing how it is. And so, yay, I did it. Was it fun? In a way, yes, but would I do it again? No. I will try another route another time. But yeah, that's something different that I did over the last little bit through my running. And another thing that I honestly wanted to try to incorporate more, but I just, with my work schedule, with things that I've been getting up to, friends, stuff like that, I just haven't been able to really commit. So I think I'll try to incorporate it more when I train for my next marathon. But swimming. So I hung out with one of my best friends, and he has an outdoor pool. We secretly used it. Hopefully someone from his building doesn't see. Sorry, but hey, you sparked a fun light in me. So after that day, I was like, it brought back memories of when I used to live in North Van and going swimming at the pool out there in my complex with my family. And I was doing a little bit of research, and apparently lots of athletes and marathon runners do swimming as cross training, as it's really good aerobic exercise and it's different. And so I tried going to the aquatic center, which is a local indoor pool within the area that I live in, and it was fun. It was definitely, honestly, I was horrible at it. I couldn't even swim a full lap without stopping, but I did 10 laps. I tried, it was cool. I do want to continue doing it. I think just because obviously the marathon is coming up really quickly, I don't want to add too much to my plate, and yeah, I'm gonna wait till my next training period for my next marathon. But yeah, it's definitely something I want to further explore into getting into my training. So yeah, swimming. I got some good goggles. I hate putting, I hate getting water in my nose and my eyes and my ears. So I'm used to wearing like a big ass, like full mask for my face, but I got some smaller goggles with a nose clip and I put those on and it was great. So anyways, swimming, we'll update you next time, but for now we're gonna put it on the back seat. Okay, so my last point that I want to make in regards to my whole running that I've been doing and working on is my diet. And I know that there's always room for improvement, and I definitely like chocolates and sweets, and I have told myself I was going to cut down a bit, and I have. Could I do better? Yes. But one point I really want to touch on is what I eat in the morning. And for my long runs, I definitely eat differently as opposed to for my other runs throughout my mornings. Right now I do my long runs on Mondays, and so my long run Mondays, I have now been doing oatmeal. And as a kid, I definitely hated oatmeal. It's just, I don't know, like a texture thing. It was weird. Maybe it was a little bland. But I love oatmeal now, and you can add raisins and yogurt and fruit is healthy, and I feel like it's light, but it's also filling enough where it lasts me throughout the run. So oatmeal, it's good. I love it. I'm gonna continue doing it. You should try it too. Okay, I lastly want to talk about my health and my CF. I think the last time I talked, I was taking antibiotics and I still had this cough, and I was just getting over sickness, and I'm not sick right now. I am actually doing really great. I got a CT scan and they said it was a great scan and nothing's changed, and that's all looking good. One thing I will say is I think I was sick again in the middle, or it was either the last time I was sick and I was doing sputum samples, but regardless, I had to do some sputum samples, and that is typically done when I am sick to see if I'm growing any bacteria that is causing my sickness. And there are different ones that may affect me differently than you. some, they require hospitalization immediately. Others is just done with oral antibiotics. So this one bacteria that I grew, and I've grown before, it's called, I'm gonna look at the computer because honestly I keep messing up the name, non-tuberculosis microbacteria. I'm not gonna get into detail of what it is because honestly I can't even remember it and it's too long. And I think the point of the story is I knew that I got this, I did some research, should not have done that because that just gets me into this big deep spiral and I overthink things and it was bad. And so I looked it up and I was scared. And so my CF team referred me to, there's a new clinic at a different hospital within Vancouver. And so they referred me to the NTM clinic to get seen. And in my mind, I was like, okay, does this mean they're gonna treat it? And from what even my CF team has told me, if they were going to treat it, it would be months of IV antibiotics and a year altogether of antibiotics. And I was like, okay, I'm going to this clinic. Like, this can't be good. I'm scared. And I feel like from when I was a kid, going to children's hospital, and even sometimes to this day now, when I grow certain bacterias, they like to get rid of it right away, depending on what I'm growing. So I was like, okay, this is gonna be one where they're gonna treat it right away to keep the lungs as healthy as can be. And so I was definitely going into it really nervous. I just had my appointment a few days ago, and they don't believe that from when I've been sick in the past that this bacteria is necessarily causing me to be sick. So they're just gonna monitor for now. They're not gonna treat it. And I'm like, okay, great. It gave me so much relief because honestly, I was so stressed out. And I feel like anytime I get sick, there is definitely a little bit of stress of, oh, is this gonna be a big one? And honestly, even going into the fall season now, the last time I was in hospital was in 2022, and it kind of seems like a 2-year trend where I get sick enough to be admitted to the hospital. That's definitely something that I am actively trying to not think about because I know dwelling on something like that is not good. It's just hard. It's like, obviously, I've lived with this my whole entire life, and I feel like my lowest points with this illness is going into the hospital, and it just sucks. But yeah, anyway, so I'm good. I'm as healthy as can be. I'm a dandy bumblebee. I'm a cheetah running through the forest, and a bird breathing the fresh air and flying and soaring and being free. And yeah, I'm healthy, so don't worry, guys. And that does it for this update, everybody. Thank you so much for watching my video. I really appreciate it. If you liked it and want to see more, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube page. If you'd also like to follow me on Instagram, please click the link in my bio and give me a follow. If you have any suggestions, comments, what you'd like to see in the future, what you thought of this one, please feel free to message me and let me know. I'm always open to feedback, and I want this to be good for me, but also benefiting other people that are watching it as well. Thank you, and we will see you next time. Bye.